Hello, my name is Bao Tran, and today we talk about how companies can identify high-value patents in their portfolio. So, companies can identify high-value patent in their portfolio by combining quantitative analysis, qualitative assessment of the quality, and strategic alignment with the business objectives. So here's a structured approach based on the best practices as applied to recent innovations. So first, assign quantified parameters to each patent. You can start by systematically evaluating each patent using a set of quantified parameters. These may include factors such as claim breadth, the number of forward and backward citations to your patents, remaining patent life, geographic coverage, and evidence of use in the market. Assigning scores to these parameters allows for an objective, reproducible ranking of patents within the portfolio. Mathematical algorithms or data analytic tools can automate this process, making it scalable even for large portfolios. For example, you can look at Power Patent tools to do this. So step number 2 in this process is to evaluate the legal, technical, and economic strength of the patent. What do we mean by legal strength? You look at validity, whether or not there's any potential prior art out there that could render this patent invalid. Enforceability, do you have a claim chart that tells you how the patent maps against a particular target? And freedom from encumbrance. So for example, does a bank have a lien on your asset? The other thing you can consider is a technical merit, the level of innovation. How difficult is it for competitors to design around? And the alignment of the technology with current or emerging technologies. Next, you can also consider economic potential, the market size, the growth prospects, and the patent's role in protecting the revenue-generating products, or that the patent can enable licensing opportunities. Then you need to analyze internal and external business context. High-value patents often change as business strategies and market conditions evolve, or in the startup terminology, you call it a pivot. A patent's value may rise if it protects a new product line or it supports a strategic pivot. Externally, competitive product launches, new market entrants, or shifting customer demands can elevate the importance of certain patents. Continuing monitoring and a reassessment are essential to keeping the portfolio aligned with the business needs. Next, you need to estimate the value of the patent. You can use the market approach, the cost approach, or the income valuation methods. So what is a market method? Well, you look at the closest patents that's been sold, and you can use that as a gauge of the value of your patent. So for example, if a patent in your space has been sold for $250,000, then that's a basis for valuation. You can also look at a cost method. So you can estimate the cost to develop or replace the patented technologies. Don't look at just the legal fees. That may be a small component of the overall cost. So let's say if the legal fees to protect and secure your patent is around $40,000, but the engineering cost to develop the invention was $500,000, then the total cost to replicate this is around $550,000. You can also project using an income method where you look at the patent protected EBITDA, and then you can do a time value analysis of that EBITDA to estimate the potential value of the patent. So for example, let's say if the patent saves you $100,000 and the interest rate you're going to use is around, let's say, 8%. You can use financial factors to then calculate the terminal value of this $100,000 stream of income in 20 years and value it that way. And then what you can do is you can compare the market, the cost, and the income valuation method, and then make an adjustment so that they all are generally in the same range, and that way you can justify your valuation using 3 different techniques, and that would buttress up your patent valuation analysis. You also should identify the evidence of use and infringement potential. So if you have someone who infringes, that definitely increases the value of the patent. Create a claim map, a claim chart that maps each infringed claim to the accused infringer's product. And if you don't have such, you can always create a clean chart that maps the company that are very close and they are just about missing one or two elements into infringe, and then you can approach them and saying, hey, I realize that you don't infringe, but if you do it this way, it's going to save you X dollars, and that's why it's valuable, and you should take a license. So that's how you can identify evidence of use and or infringement potential for the patent. You can also benchmark against the competitors and industry standards. Compare your portfolio to your competitors and identify patents that provide unique coverage that fills the gaps in the competitors' portfolios or that are cited frequently in the competitor's filing. This highlights the patents that offer a strategic advantage for cross-licensing negotiations or even direct licensing negotiations. And then you should, of course, after you've taken these steps, you should regularly review and then prune the portfolio. For patents that aren't used and not infringed, you can just drop the maintenance fees on. And those that are used and has value, of course, you focus your attention more on that. And this is in line with the venture investors' approach. If they find a particular company that's growing and doing very well, they want to just move all the money into that company. And those who aren't growing, they get dropped off from the portfolio. So in short, that's how you can identify high value patents in your portfolio and build up on value there. Thank you.